This video brought to you by Kendi Baker of Southern Gems Beauty. I'm actually wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about contouring. Woohoo! So I actually use this wonderful Sculpting Trio by Younique to do my contouring. As you can see, I already have my base, my foundation, my concealer, my eyes are done, my lips are done. However, it's a little flat. Sometimes I don't like to use a lot of blush. So this palette here makes it super simple, walks you through step by step on what part of your face to apply for the contour. I like to use for my cheeks, my forehead, and my my chin area here a thicker brush like so. This is what I use for my concealer brush. I just take the darker color here and I'm going to put it right along the bottom of my cheek line here. Take it right on up. Always sleep up, don't sleep down. Kind of go in. And pucker my lips up a little bit so I can really see where my cheek line is and where I'm going to want to do that. There you go. The next area of interest that I always use for here. So I take a look at where my part is and then I make a little bit of a triangle. Okay? I go back and I spread it across here, across my forehead line. Get it as close to your hairline as possible. There you go. Actually come down and do a tad bit more of a triangle. And then what I'll do is I'll come down here along my hairline as well. Okay. All right. So easy, right? This is for beginners. All right. So go back through. I like to have fun with it. All right, the next area that I like to do a little bit of emphasizing, actually go in here with a smaller brush, okay? We're gonna take that seam darker, and what I do is I go from nose, there we go, the inner eye right here, down to the tip of my nose. You see that? Inner eye to the tip of my nose. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat that on the other side. So those watching, follow along. Makeup's great. If you mess up, you can always fix it. And then I'll go right along here on this portion of my nose here, right underneath. And sometimes I don't like how thick my nose is, so I should go right in this area here. Try to thin it out a little bit. Okay? Right there. See where that is? In there. Right there. Alright. And I love a cute button nose, so I will take and go here. Right across. There you go. How's it looking so far? Alright. You can always just kind of point this out a little bit more. Just depends on how much contrast that you want. Going back, so super easy. These are the spots so far. Then still going in here, what I do is I take a triangle. My hair all the way for you. Take a triangle right in this area. I'm 35. I'm not gonna play with you. Got this like skin. Call it chinning. You're younger and you don't have this chin here. You don't really have to worry about this all that much. You don't have to go as far down. And for myself, I like to disillusion this chin area. So as you saw, what I do to help out that area, and then bring this line forward. Okay. So there you go. There you go. You can just kind of look in the mirror and see what's best for you. And that will help bring in your neck. Okay? Contouring at its best. It's amazing. And I go just right under there. Just right there. It's really awesome what it does. Okay. So, and then what I do, go back with that little brush that I used before. Here, very tiny. Go back in with this. And I'm going to get right here. A little dip. A little more. There we go. Help pronunciate those lips a little bit more, right? And you can even take a little here on either side. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for the darker shade. Our next shade that we're going to go and put in is this nice middle. So this palette is the Sculpting Trio, and this is for the light skin. So there are several different options that you have if your skin's not as light as mine. All right, now for this is actually a highlighting powder. And what my first place that I put this is I make a gorgeous like triangle here again, right? So triangle this area here, right between those eyes. So you make that bullet point where that triangle point is, right smack dab between those beautiful eyes. Next area that I choose to use this powder is here, right above the eyes, right there, okay? And then you take this and you take that down the nose, okay? Right down the center of your nose, okay? And then you're going to put that right in the middle of where you just emphasize your nose. All right, the next area is right under. You're going to take this highlighting powder of part of the trio, and you're going to sweep that right under your eye. Okay? And under the other eye. Super easy, guys. All right, the next area that you're going to do is you're actually going to go directly under your line with step one. Okay? Really, really easy. And then what I like to do as well is take some right here on my chin. Okay? And then also what I like to do is take just gotta love getting older. Okay, so the next step is take a smaller brush, slightly larger than the brush that you used prior. Oh, here we go. Tend to use about that size. Make sure that it doesn't have any other crazy colors on it. Clean my brushes after every use. And so then we're going to use the third step. And like I said, this palette actually will tell you exactly where to put this for the Sculpting Trio. I'm going to take this third step and I'm going to go directly down my line of my nose. So you can kind of see how shimmery it is. Okay. And then my next step that I take is going to be, all right, in the little area here. To highlight that for me. The next area that I'm going to take this is going to be right underneath of my eyebrow. Right in the corner. Okay. And then lastly for this one, I'm going to take slightly and just go right here. And you see it gives a little bit of a shimmer. Okay. All right. Really, really easy, guys. So simple. I personally like to take a little bit of the number 2 step and kind of put it right along the line before I do all my super blending, okay? Now, depending on if you use a cream or a powder, is the steps that you want to do. So this is still super blendable. So I'm able to kind of show you where everything is. So now the next step, what you want to do is just blend. And this is how you get that amazing contoured effect, illusions, of higher cheekbones. Okay? You can use a bigger blending ball here. One of my personal favorites. I feel like you have more control when you use a smaller, but to each its own. Okay, now we're going to move into the eye and the nose and the forehead area. So here on your nose, lightly blend that. And don't forget that you put it down here. Blend that in. Okay. And if you want, you can always go in and take a brush, because it is a smaller area, and just really make sure that you blend that very well for you. Love it. Okay, so now we move on to the forehead area. Make sure that you blend this up into your hairline so that you don't have any visible lines, okay? And then when I try, what I do is I just bring everything and meet it directly in the middle of the forehead. Use that upward motion as you're doing that. And there you go.